Today's episode is brought to you by Privacy.
Head on over to privacy.com/rogue. Sign up now and get 5 free dollars to spend on anything you want. We won't even ask you what you do with that. It's private.
I don't even want to know.
Oh boy, 2020. This is gonna be a year.
Smooth year. Not a lot going on.
What's up? There's not going to be another Star Wars movie, is there?
We are not talking about Star Wars. We are talking about the ability to save your family relationships by somehow being able to talk politics with your loved ones and still remain loved.
Oh, yes.
Also we have Brian Gavados here,
Hello.
communication
Yes.
expert,
Hello.
facilitator of corporate communications extraordinaire. This sounds like such an unthreadable needle.
And that's why it makes me so angry.
Well, you're an idiot.
Well, you're a fat cow. Now, see how we bonded? We got closer together.
Pretty good.
That'd be great if that was the advice.
Yeah,
like,
like,
what you want to do is you
straight
want
to
to
the
ball
jugular.
a
Yeah.
fist, keep the thumbs out, otherwise you're going to break that thumb.
Also, I have a list of sick burns that I can forward to anyone.
No, people have given up. That is really what makes me upset about this. People
Yes.
have honestly given up on the fact that I'm not going to talk to Uncle Henry about this. He'll say that, and then I'll get upset and I'll storm out just like we did last time.
If I am not mistaken, it is a scientifically verified fact that Thanksgiving vacations have gotten shorter. People are getting in, having that turkey, and getting the hell out. Families are declaring no politics rules and stuff.
What is like having Thanksgiving with the Navy SEALs. Get in, eat, get out.
Just imagine going to the founding fathers, assuming you had a time machine first, obviously. Going to the founding fathers and say, like, yeah, just so you know, we now basically don't even talk politics at family functions.
I often just assumed that, okay, only personal experiences can change someone's perspective, and so why even bother talking to them?
Because many times you're coming up against an established framework in someone's mind that seems impenetrable. Maybe it is. Maybe you're never going to change your mind on a certain policy, let's say. But if you can at least demonstrate that you're interested in seeing things from their point of view, you don't have to change your flight. You don't have to leave Thanksgiving early.
So, okay, what is the fundamental, if we're going to reduce everything to rule number one, is what?
Rule number one is understand what your premise is.
Okay.
Okay? Know what a premise is, and then what is your premise?
Is that anything like volume?
No.
My premise is louder, louder.
So explain to me, like, what do you mean by premise?
Okay.
Like, to me, I'm thinking of like sitcoms when you say that.
Yes, right. So any argument rests on a premise. Any house rests on a foundation, okay? So my premise walking in might be, we need to invite more UFOs to visit the Capitol. Okay, great.
So
my premise there is aliens in Washington, D.C. is a good thing. If I go home to my family, I need to make sure they understand that that's where I'm coming from. That everything I say after that, all the craziness that we talk about is based on the fact that I want there to be aliens in the White House.
I just realized that there's a difference between coming in, kicking in the door, and saying to your whole family, we need aliens in the White House, versus walking in, knocking, opening the door, and then saying, hey, everything I'm about to say is coming from a place where I already believe that aliens should be in the White House.
Yes, it's equally important to try to get the premise from crazy Uncle Henry.
So is this about having a plan in case this topic comes up, this is my plan?
No.
If this topic comes up, this is my plan?
Good point. This is about having a goalpost that everyone can clearly see. I'm not like, well, you crazy liberals and you crazy conservatives, I know what you think, and I know what you think about this. You're crazy because of this, this, this. And I bet also what you're not saying, that I probably am thinking that you're not saying, is that you wish that everyone did that. And you wish that taxes were through the roof and stuff, but I'm not going to verbalize that because that's going to be more difficult. Versus your premise is clearly set in the middle of the floor. Everyone can look at it and see it.
And plus, you're not assigning intent to other people, which I do with driving all the time, where it's like, he cut me off on purpose.
Yes.
What's the premise of him driving fast? Oh, his wife's in labor and he's trying to make it in time. That would change your opinion pretty quickly. So his premise is, I'm having an urgent need right now and I gotta go. You'd probably be more forgiving.
I guess I've been enjoying the benefit of this for a few years because I'm one of those misty-eyed libertarian third party, don't support red or blue
You
team
have
or
no
whatever.
team.
And there is safety in that because I can offer observations and it's as though I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm from Mars, but this is how it looks to me. And then just listen. It's possible that you could pull me away from this goalpost that I've planted here, but the onus is on you, not on me.
And I can attack the goalposts and not you. This is the hill that you're gonna die on, so to speak. We can now talk about that rather than how stupid and evil you are.
And if you're setting goalposts, then you can eliminate straw man arguments.
Exactly. In fact, here's the best thing in the world, the Steel Man.
What is the Steel Man?
It's
The last son of Krypton?
The Steel Man is the only thing that matters. The Steel Man is when you understand someone else's premise. So you go to Uncle Henry who starts yelling at you at Thanksgiving, and you say to Uncle Henry, yo, UH, the story I'm telling myself is that you believe I hate dogs. Is that true?
Oh, so you flipped the whole onus.
They have to plant their flag now.
This seems similar, peripherally related to what I've heard called the ideological Turing test. So we know that the Turing test is if an AI bot can talk as good as a human, you can't tell the difference, it passes the test.
Yes.
An ideological Turing test is imagine 99 green team people and you're the one purple team person.
Yes.
You have to infiltrate this cocktail party and make it out the other side. And then they say everybody has to vote who was the purple team person. And if they can't figure out which one it was, you passed it. And there are some people who totally can pass it and other people who cannot. Like for example, somebody on the far right would go to a party full of Democrats. Your mission is to blend in. You're like, great, I got it. So, killed any babies today? And then likewise, a Democrat and a bunch of red team
Shot
would want
me
to,
mama apple pies lately?
Support the troops.
No, don't sacrifice your values. Get the disagreement clear. Then, and only then, can you manufacture the Steel Man.
And the Steel Man is where you flip everything and have them do it?
Steel Man is when you represent their point more completely than even they have done.
Oh, yes.
Steel Man is when you say, okay, Uncle Henry, I see. So let's say it's about the border wall. Okay, Uncle Henry, so a border wall, if I understand correctly, will help with immigration because X, Y, and Z, and it will do this, and it will be economically viable because of these reasons, right?
And you know you've
Uncle Henry
won.
says, exactly right. That's when you deliver your point, which is, well, I've worked in the wall industry or whatever, and you don't have to be disagreeing necessarily, but you can say, now that you trust that I know where you're coming from, because I just told you your argument and you agreed with me, we have a new starting place. You cannot accuse me of being a anymore, because you know that I know what you're talking about.
I didn't know I was doing a Steel Man thing, but you land it and they're like, yes, that's what I think. Then the next thing I will often say is like, well, how do you square this problem?
I'm having trouble with that problem as I'm working on it right now. So how do you square that problem?
Now, is that the key, not to make statements to them to disassemble the Steel Man, but to ask questions?
First of all, does he do this for a living? Because my next point is all about Socratic questioning.
Well, it turns out that we had a really good guest in a previous episode who taught us how to keep things going along conversationally.
And he was so sexy. So Socrates, we all know him, right? He's a great guy, great rapper.
Socrates, actually.
This whole philosophy is, of course, around how deep you can get with this, but basically, teaching by asking. You take your Uncle Henry, I don't know why, to me, he's always sitting right there, but take Uncle Henry and you ask him that question, but it's a question that has data in it. It's a question that's going in a direction that you know. You have a plan for the direction.
Can I try?
Yes.
Uncle Henry, why are you such a
No, look, you're
sorry,
getting closer. You're getting closer.
There,
that was
right
at least
there.
phrased as a question.
Tautological. Yeah, so fill your questions with data. Don't just, it cannot work when you say, how can you think that? Are you crazy? What do you mean? That's insane. Those have no exit path to some more productive.
So instead, what you want to do is land a Steel Man.
Yes.
Which is, I think all of us, when we're dating, want to do.
Yes.
Then immediately call a quest and say, how do you square that with data that maybe they don't
Information,
know?
perspective.
And then you're not pushing anything.
No.
You're like, well, how do you square that with this other thing?
Because Socrates knew that when you have a concept, instead of
Making fart noises with your
when
mouth.
Instead, when I can make it go, ting.
Turns out that Michael Winslow was Socrates.
Hey, we're all learning
Then you
today.
become a helicopter.
In the tradition of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, the guy from Police Academy.
So if I can make you have the idea here
Yes.
by asking those informed questions, and you go, well, you know, maybe a wall would actually be really expensive. That was the point you were making the whole time. And by the way, I don't care either way about the wall. I'm just saying,
Sure.
if I can make you say the thing that I was going to be arguing anyway, holy crap, I'm staying I'll help you carve the turkey.
I don't know if you've read it, but recently Peter Boghossian and
James Lindsay
wrote a book called How to Have Impossible Conversations, and there were two ideas that were fairly counterintuitive to me. One of which was he strongly advocates you're never going to change anyone's mind in any one conversation. So you should shift your goal to just sow the seeds of doubt.
Exactly.
Get them to consider the possibility.
Discoveries.
Yes, exactly. And then the second thing is to sow those seeds of doubt. He gives the example of there was some university study where people were asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you that you could describe how a toilet works? People are like, 8, 9, I got this.
No way.
And then it's like, to the best of your ability, to the most specific detail you possibly can, describe how a toilet works. And so all of a sudden people are like, there's some like water and it goes down, and then it like sucks down. Like, well, what causes the suction? You're like, and then it's like, wait, how many rings are there?
The
And then,
Sarlacc.
where does the water come from? How many attachments are there? And then by the time they're done, they're all like, yeah, no, I'm more a 6 out of 10.
Perfect.
And then in the book, Peter Boghossian makes the point, like, that's great. That's as far as you're going to get that conversation. Have another conversation some other time.
But at least now you can win the point of saying, you know what? My whole point was that indoor plumbing is really complicated, and that's why plumbers make what they make. Whereas you were saying earlier that plumbers are all overpaid. Now you at least understand you don't even know how a toilet works.
It doesn't look like we're going to be able to fix politics in the next year, so we're all going to have to go to Thanksgiving.
Yep.
As we're driving or flying, what are the core bullet points to keep in our mind?
This is freaking important. I mean, family matters, okay? And this year is going to be tense, like you say. These topics are going to be everywhere. So please just remember to first state your premises clearly so that you're not being attacked personally, and get others to state their premise clearly so that you're not attacking them personally.
And I do think, like, premise, I'm afraid people will take that and say, this is true. No, this is true. But instead, I really like that idea of, like, this is where I'm coming from.
That's it.
Where are you coming from?
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a statement of fact. It's
No.
saying this is how it is.
This is my story.
Prove me wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Basically, get premises out of people's bodies and into a common space where we can all see them.
Right.
First. And then you build that steel man argument. By showing them, now that you understand that premise, you embody it yourself.
Which, by the way, is the hardest part, because you have to
have to.
say it so well
Yes.
that they're all like, amen, brother.
You know what might happen when you do that? You might actually change your mind and agree with them too, which
by
is
the way,
great.
which would be amazing.
It's fine,
That's how we
okay?
get smarter. Yeah, so screw you.
What did I do for yourself? You've been Uncle Henry this whole time.
I am Uncle Henry. This is the worst game of Clue ever.
All right, so you land a steel man, and then what? It's Socrates all the way down?
Steel man means you're representing their point even better than they did. And then Socratic questioning, which is using that empathy that you've demonstrated now, imbibe and imbue your questions with information about that premise to draw them out.
This makes me think of the old advertising trick, which is the person asking the questions is the one in charge of the conversation.
Exactly.
And you can never be wrong when you're asking a question.
It's called topping from bottom, okay? Sexually speaking,
Yep.
who's really in charge?
Let's just say, hey,
Uncle
where can
Henry?
people hire you to explain
Well, if you want to hear more
corporate
about
messaging?
topping from bottom,
He has
me
a
on
different
Twitter.
website.
you follow me on Twitter. We can have great conversations about learning, engagement, and difficult conversations, or methodology coaching if you want your employees and staff to be able to do it.
So remember I was trying to track down whoever was compromising my credit card info?
Yeah. Did you get him?
Well-
Do we need swords? I have swords.
I don't know if we got them or not, because we set up a privacy one-time, it's like a burner card. It's a card where you could set the maximum spend limit, and you could keep creating them for different suppliers, so that whichever supplier has sloppy practices, I'm able to catch them in the act. The best part is I sort of defeated myself, because you can tie the card to an individual vendor, so nobody outside of that vendor can use it. So even if somebody steals it, it won't even work at all. But I have enjoyed very much watching the occasional decline come in, where it says, oh, somebody tried to spend over this limit, but you set a $500 limit on this card. And then they call and they're like, hey, why didn't this card work? And I'm like, because I'm safe and secure and private. Here's a new card. I just generated it. I pressed one button, generated a brand new card. Thank you very much, privacy.com/rogue. And here is your new number. It feels so awesome to be totally bulletproof.
Oh, it's so easy. You can order things and not provide them with your actual information. You give them the privacy number, you keep yourself safe. I order a lot of things from ships floating in international waters. People that I don't want to give my actual information to, they get the privacy.com burner card number. And I'm safe. I just give them all that they want, but nothing more.
And the best part is they don't sell your information to nobody. You could support the show and get $5 right now to spend on anything you want, maybe at scamstuff.com, I don't know, by heading on over to privacy.com/rogue. That's privacy.com/ROGUE. Is privacy hard to spell? Doesn't seem like it's hard to spell.
You get $5. That's the takeaway here. That's the important part. Everybody needs $5.
You can click on
Do it.
I think all of that landed.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cutting. We have a different word for that.
That's not the preferred nomenclature.
If you want to hear more about topping from bottom, follow me on Twitter.
No Maxie's on the internet, my friend.